tip number 100. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about repeating your lines. So for example, action, cut, let's take that line again. Okay, take 22. Okay, let's take that line again. Take 23. So I've been on sets where somebody has to say the same line about 40 or 50 times. And there's a very famous interview with Ian McKellen about Lord of the Rings, where he had to say one word. I can't remember what the word is, but he had to say one word many times. It was about 40 or 50 times, and he's one of our top award-winning actors. Okay, so for example, if I'm playing Lady Macbeth, and I say, actually, in monologues, it's less likely that you have to say the same line again. So in the mad scene, she starts off, out, there's the spot, out, damn it, spot, etc. You basically have to get used to repeating your line again and again and again and again if the director's not happy with it. Because the director, in his or her mind, has the whole scene, and if what you're doing isn't going to fit in with everything else that's going to be cut and edited into that scene, you may have to keep doing that line until they feel you have it absolutely right. Okay, and another tip on that score is fast turnaround TV like Shortland Street. For example, every line has a number, and I've been on sets for different things where they've said, okay, take it from line 10, and you've learned your script, you're like, line 10, line 10, line 10, what's line 10? And you look and you think, oh, line 10 is O. Okay, line 10 and action. Oh, and you're actually responding to something. So the line before is not said, but you have to start from a third of the way through the scene, halfway through the scene, 2/3 of the way through the scene. So what the director may do is get the actor to say the feed line for you so that it's easier for you to respond. But that's not always the case. So that is a technical thing which makes it for actors quite hard sometimes to start in the middle of the scene. You have to literally, before beginning, close your eyes, remember what's gone before, remember what it is you're aiming for in your character and what's happening in the next scene, and literally get your motivation in place. Remember what it is you're feeling, remember what it is you want, and then take 160 and take 161, and you have to have, your energy has to be up every time, as in you have to be focused and able to repeat that as many times as it takes to get it right. And it may be out of sequence, so it may feel really strange, but the director knows what they're doing. So you basically can't go, oh, I'm so tired, can we have a coffee break please, because I can't do that again, I've already done it 28 times. You have to, you're an actor, you're paid to be there, to be a communication machine, to say that line again. It may not be you that keeps getting it wrong. I've worked with actors that can't remember their lines, mentioning no names, in big scenes where, you know, you might get all your lines right, but that person keeps forgetting theirs. So we keep having to go to the top. Okay, we'll take that again. And you think that you've peaked emotionally, you think you're being really good, but the other person's forgotten their lines. So you've got to keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. There is an aspect of film acting that is very laborious and just takes an enormous amount of discipline. And it's a discipline to go over something again and again, and also keep it fresh. Try and keep it fresh. That's the actor's job, and that's what training's about. How can I do this again and keep it fresh? Okay, that's tip 100. See you on tip 101. Thank you very much, Shane. Thank you.
Thank you, Shane.